So today we are drawing box plots for data sets. So a box plot is a graphical way to display a data set that shows the 5-number summary and the spread of the data. Okay, so it's a good way to be able to see how spread out your data is. But we do have to find the 5-number summary of that data set. And if you're not familiar with the 5-number summary, the 5-number summary of a data set are the median of the data set, the middle number, the upper and lower quartiles. The upper quartile is the median of the upper half, and the lower quartile is the median of the lower half. And then finally, the max and min. And the max is the biggest number, and the min is the smallest number. Okay, so I've got two examples. We'll go through it so you can kind of see what this all looks like. All right, so here's our first example. It's a data set. There's 10 data values, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And when we find our 5-number summary, the first thing we want to do is find the median of the data set. Okay, the median is the middle number. Now there's 10 data values, 2, 4, 5 on this side, 2, 4, 5 on this side, which means the median's right in the middle. And by the way, I should point out the numbers have to be in order to start off in order to find that median, okay? Because we're trying to find the middle of data value. If the numbers aren't in order, we can't just look for the middle of the numbers to find out what number's in the middle if they're not in order. All right, so we did that. The middle would be right in the middle between 24 and 28. And when there is no number in the middle, we have to take the average of these two numbers, which would mean adding them up and divide by 2. Or another way to think of it is, what number is exactly between 24 and 28? And we know 26 is exactly between 24 and 28. And if you're not sure, or you have a hard combination, again, you could add the two numbers together and then divide that by 2, and you'll still get the same thing, okay? Now, we found the median. Now we need the upper quartile. Like I said before, the upper quartile is the median of the upper half. So you ignore the bottom half and just look at the upper half of the data, these 5 numbers here. And we want the median of that. And the median, again, is the middle number, and there's 5 of them. So this time there's actually a number in the middle, 32. So that's our upper quartile. Upper quartile. I should write median here. Median. All right. Our lower quartile is similar, but it's just on the other side. So we're going to ignore this half, and we're going to find the median of the lower half of data. And again, there's 5 numbers. So we do have one in the middle. It's that 19. And that's our lower quartile, okay? And you can kind of see what finding those 3 numbers does to your data set. It breaks it up into 4 equal amounts, right? 2 here, 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. And that's why they're called quartiles, because it breaks them up into quarters, fourths, okay? But the last 2 are the easiest ones, the max and min. The max is just the biggest number, 37, and the min is the lowest number, which is 9, okay? But now that we have our 5-number summary, now we can make our box plots, okay? So let's start by making a number line, all right? And it's important that you're not just using these numbers on your number line, you're actually making an actual number line that's spacing the numbers out at equal increments. So let's see, the biggest thing I have to graph is 37, so I'm gonna try to get up to 40. So 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, something like that, okay? Now, we have to figure out where these numbers are gonna go. Let's see, 9 is gonna be a little less than 10, so somewhere above this number line, I'm gonna put a little mark, about there's 9. 19, a little less than 20, so again, a little bit behind it. 26 is the median, which is a little bit more than half of 20 and 30. So about there-ish. 32, that's about right. And then 37, I'll estimate it to be about here. Okay, and obviously, if we had little marks, tick marks all along here, we could do more accurate marks, but I'm kind of estimating because I'm just drawing the whole thing based off of a blank number line that they gave me. Okay, so I marked those. Now to make your box plot, what you want to do is take the 3 middle lines and connect them up to make a box. All right, so the ends of the box are your lower and upper quartiles. The line inside the box is your median. Now your max and min are still there. We're going to connect them with a horizontal line So your box plot ends up looking like this, okay? Where the middle 50% of your data, of our data is gonna be in the box, and the upper and lower 25% each are gonna be on those lines, okay? All right, so let's do another one because this is an example of a data set where we didn't have a median because we had an even number of data values, but what happens if you have an odd number of data values? Things get a little bit tricky, but it's always good to see an example of it. So here, let's see one more. Here we go. Data set, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 data values this time, okay? So just like last time, the first thing we're gonna do is find the median. So we said there's 11 data values, right? So 2, 4, 5 on this side, 2, 4, 5 on this side, and we have one number in the middle, which is our median. All right, so it seems innocent enough at first, right? Median is right in the middle. Now we want the upper quartile, and we want the median of the upper half. And the question is always, do we include the median when we find the median of the upper half? And the answer is no, you don't. Okay, so if your median is actually one of the data values, when you're finding the upper quartile, you do not include it when you find the upper quartile, the median of the upper half. And if you notice, if we don't include it, now we have 5 data values here, which means this is our upper quartile because it's right in the middle of those 5, okay? Similarly, on the other side, for the lower quartile, we do not include the median when we find the median of the lower half, which in this case is 12. Okay? And our last step, the max, which would be the biggest number, and the min, which is the smallest number. Okay, so now that we've got our 5-number summary, we can make our box plot. And notice this time I only go up to 24, so I can spread this out a little bit better. 0, 10, 20, 30 is plenty big enough for this one. And let's plot this out. 5 is our min, so right between 0 and 5. 12 is our lower quartile, so a little bit more than 10, maybe there. 16, a little more than half, maybe about here. 18, we're getting closer to 20, but not there. And then 24, a little less than half, maybe about here. All right, connect the middle 3 to make your box. And then draw horizontal lines to connect the max and the min, and there's our box plot. Okay, so that's how we make a box plot. We've got to find the 5-number summary, and then plot your data above a number line, and then connect them up to make your box plot. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please hit that like button. Also subscribe because it really helps us out. But with that being said, good luck on your math, and I will see you next time.